Welcome, everyone, to episode 51 of Hammer Time, the only home of the Pittsburgh Maulers. Of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Alex. What's going on, Alex?
Hey, Webb, how are you, buddy? Glad to be here.
I'm good. And, of course, the guest of honor is our first free agent in Maulers history that came from another team after running out of the contract with another team, Brodarious Hamm. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. As soon as you signed, we had to reach out, man. Obviously, you're historic. And what does that, the free agency period, mean to you? Because you've never had to do that, right? At college. This, you got to kind of choose where you want it to go. At college, you do, but this is more professional, obviously. So what was that whole process like?
Oh, man, it wasn't too difficult. I want to, go to the team that, believed in me. And I just feel like the Maulers was a great fit for me just because I feel like they bring that hard nose, hit you in the mouth football. And that's what, I want to be a part of.
And not to throw a shot, but they did beat you 3 times last year, right? So it's easy to do that, right?
Yeah, they did.
To jump that side.
Webb's coming in hot today.
Yeah,
I got it. He's part of the family now. And like, if you're a family member, you got to be able to kid around with him. So the biggest thing that I know about you was that tweet about a month ago where you said all you want to do is play football. And when you hit free agency, it was real quick that you signed with the Maulers. So obviously you were high on their target list. What was that month like where you kind of were unsure of what was going on with your professional football career, and then all of a sudden now you got someone that's like, hey, come play with us?
Oh, man, it was, like I said, it was kind of, I didn't know, it was kind of just, I didn't know it was going to happen. So, like, I really didn't know how to feel. Like I said, I'd never been through anything like this. And I didn't know how to feel. I just knew, I kept my faith in God, and he brought Coach to me. And like I said, it just instantly just clicked. So I'm just happy to be a part of the team.
Have you ever played with any guys on the Maulers? It gave Dampier, right? Or did you miss it?
Yeah. When I first got to college, X was a little older than me, but I did get the chance to, work out with him and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting.
And being a Southern kid, and now you're sharing a locker room with an Alabama great, Reuben Foster.
Okay.
Right? We got to talk about it, right? That's in the room now. All of that. But so the biggest thing was culture. That was the reason why the Maulers, you wanted to go to the Maulers, was the culture, because that's what we hear on everything.
Yeah, it definitely was, man. Just like I said, I'm not, saying anything bad about Michigan. I enjoyed it down there. It's just I feel like the Maulers were, the best fit for me as far as the free agency aspect of things. And like I said, I'm just ready to get to work.
Alex, you got something for him on the Maulers?
Yeah, on the Maulers. Kind of on the flip side, we've mentioned it on the show a couple of times about the North Championship game. And again, you were on the other side of the field for that one. That's one of the best football games I've ever seen. And that's at any level. And, the excitement in that game was incredible. Just give me your perspective in terms of, and again, I'm not trying to pick at a scab here at all, but, to be in that game, how competitive it was, the incredible run the Panthers made in the second half at us, because I didn't think you were going to score anything after halftime. I mean, we were in total control defensively, and you guys came out in the second half and boom. But then just sort of the range of emotions you went through in that game, just kind of curious from the other side what it was like.
Oh, man, actually, I didn't get to play in the last game because I had some health issues before the game. Well, it wasn't my fault, but I'm not gonna blame anyone. Right. But I had to actually be rushed to the hospital, and when I returned, I came back to the game, and it was a great game, man. But I didn't get to play in it. I really hate that I didn't. So.
Well, then you can say you were the difference maker. Then maybe if they had you in an offensive tackle, it would have been a difference. But that game was extremely exciting for us. I mean, watching it, and I know we've relived it a few times. And you'll find out from watching the show. Hopefully, you'll continue to watch the show. And then, once you're on the team, we have one of the best place kickers in the history of football, Chris Blewett. And when Blewett hit that long field goal against you guys, I swore it was over, and I was like, "That's the ball game." And then Michigan comes around and scores like 30 seconds later. So anyway, that was an exciting game for sure. So getting with Coach, getting with the Maulers, coming over to this side, how much, and again, if you can't talk about this, I get it. Did sort of the Maulers' plans and how they want to use you this year play into your decision to come to Pittsburgh?
They really haven't, they just said they believe in me and they like my game. And just, they like what I bring to the table. So, I told Coach I just want an opportunity to play ball. Man, I love ball. And he said, come on. And it was a no-brainer for me.
I can see why they picked you up, buddy. I can tell you what, you just want to play football, and that's what we do. We have a bunch of hard-nosed, blue-collar dudes that just want to get after it. And I think the future's bright for the Maulers. We came a long way last year from, at the bottom to the top of the North. And I think we're very close to Birmingham in terms of talent and performance. I'm glad you're with us.
Yes, sir. Glad to be a part of it.
Brodarious, give Mauler fans a scouting report on your play style. Would you rather pass block or run block? Just kind of for people that don't watch the Panthers, or it's a lot of people in Pennsylvania that are Mauler fans. Maybe they only watch Big Ten football. They didn't watch the best football in the SEC. I'll agree to it. Just give a scouting report on Brodarious Hamm.
No, I just like to be physical in everything I do, man. I like to get my hands on people. It just you get that feeling just moving a man from point A to point B against his will. That's just the kind of player I am. And like I said, I don't like to say too much. I just like to put my hands on people.
Who's the toughest guy you had to guard or block in the SEC? We're not going to do USFL because we don't need to be on bulletin boards.
Nah, I got
SEC.
SEC, of course, man. It'd have to be Will Anderson, man. We went at it, my last year at Auburn, and like I said, he's just a different player, man. Just he can do a lot. Long, body length pretty. His arms are real long. He doesn't like to weight that much, but he definitely knows how to use his weight. So, like I said, that's probably the best person I went against at Auburn.
So, you rather run block or pass block? Did I miss that or?
I'm cool with either, man. Honestly,
okay.
Like I said, I like to put my hands on you. I'm cool.
But if you're the play caller, what's the strength of Brodarious Hamm really?
Let's run the ball.
All right, that's what I like to hear.
It's all those offensive linemen want to line up and run it right at you,
So
right at you.
I know that you played a lot of tackle, but I've seen you say that you're willing to work anywhere on the offensive line. Is that still true? That was in a couple of years ago, but
yes, sir. I talked to Coach. I told him I can play either guard, right tackle. I mean, I don't prefer left tackle, but like I said, I rather stay either left, right, or right guard. So I'm cool with either.
I got to ask because you brought it up. Why do you prefer one side over the other? In case people don't know.
I can play left guard. I don't feel as comfortable playing left tackle. But left guard, I definitely can play. I can play right guard, right tackle. I just feel like on the right side, I'm stronger. Yeah, I just always been on the. Well, no, I started my career at Auburn on the left, playing left guard. And then I moved over to the right, and I've been there ever since. So, like, just more comfortable on the right side.
Alex, any more on the Maulers?
No, I was just going to ask with the left tackle, right tackle thing, and start to geek out with football. I don't know, you may not. I used to coach Division III football, so I've coached receivers and defensive backs and tight ends and stuff, but I never coached offensive linemen unless you call a tight end an offensive lineman. But just help me here a little bit. Left tackle to right tackle, is it the footwork issue? Is that what makes it more difficult?
No, I guess I've never played left tackle, and I mean, I'll try. Like I said, I'm definitely not opposed to getting out there and working on it. I've never played it, so
right.
Like I said, I'm just comfortable. That was my thing.
I just wondered because you think about it. You think about a kick step on the right, picking a guy up, and then you think how much different would it be on the left? Could it be differently if you were right dominant versus left dominant? I mean, I could see where maybe playing left tackle could be more difficult than right, especially if you're right hand oriented.
Yeah, like I said, I'm working on it now as I'm at home training and everything. Like training myself to be able to play the position. Like I said, if I had my choice, I'd be on the right side.
Okay. Well, if we get the chance to come up to camp this year and you want to get it left tackle and I'll line up on the edge, I'll see if I can beat you off at 5'11", a trim 215. Let me see if I can get past you. What do you think?
All right, we can do that.
Just don't run block me. Everything's got to be pass pro, okay?
I got you.
All right, Brodarious, you ready to drop the hammer?
Yeah, we can.
All right. All right, non-football questions. You're choosing the music for the locker room. What song are they playing? What song are you playing?
It got to be anything Lil Baby, pretty much.
Okay, all right. We're making a movie about your life. Who's starring as Brodarious Hamm?
It's only one me, man. It probably have to be my daughter, actually.
Wow. All right. Alex, your turn. Go for it.
They were good. I thought you wanted me to star as Brodarious.
Well, I'm saving one question for the end, so go ahead.
All right, you set me up. All right, so here's the thing. So I got two. We normally ask Pittsburgh related trivia questions if you've seen our show before. So I'm going to ask you two Pittsburgh questions, and I'm going to ask a selfish question because honestly, I don't know, and I want to get it straight from you. So let's start with this one. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Joe Green, L.C. Greenwood, Tom Beasley, the Steelers of the late 70s had an awesome defensive line. What was the nickname of that defensive line? We are the Iron Guard at Pittsburgh on defense. The Pittsburgh Steelers were known as the what? That defensive front. That's a tough one.
How? I'm not sure.
It's all right. Steel curtain. The steel curtain. There you go. That's all right.
I got you.
That's a good one. Well, here's a follow-up question. So before there was Acrisure Field on the Golden Triangle in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers play now, there was a multi-purpose stadium there where the Pirates and Steelers played, where the three rivers of Pittsburgh meet. The name of that stadium was what?
We're trying to get you ready for Pittsburgh, man.
Getting ready for Pittsburgh.
So when you go to Pittsburgh, you kind of know what's going on.
Okay, yeah, I don't know that one.
All right, that's okay. Three Rivers Stadium. So that's another one. So there are two good ones that if somebody wants to get into a big Steeler discussion with you, at least you know the Steel Curtain and Three River Stadium. Last one, and this is more, well, two more. This is really an education question more for you than anything. But down south how we say y'all, because I grew up in Virginia, so I can say y'all too. In Pittsburgh, in the area, they'll use the term yens, Y-I-N-Z, yens. So they'd say, hey, Brodarious, is Jens going out to eat? Hey, Brodarious, is Jens going to practice? What does that mean?
Y'all,
right? You got it. That's right. You got it. So it's like you all. All right, good. So you got everything you need now for Pittsburgh. Now I got a selfish question. I know about the Tigers. I know about the Auburn Plainsmen. But for those uneducated, can you tell us where War Eagle came from? Because I don't know.
Yes, they told us this story. A soldier rescued an eagle in battle, and they brought it back to, I want to say, the facilities, and they nursed it back to health. And I think before the first game, the eagle flew out onto the field, and that's where we got our chant from.
I had no idea.
Yeah, sure.
So see, you taught me something.
Talking about Auburn, was there a moment in your collegiate career where you were just like starstruck? Like you've got some pretty good alums on both multiple sports, and I know you like basketball. You got Barkley, you got Bo Jackson.
Right.
Like, was there a moment where you're just like, "Oh, all right, I've made it to Auburn"?
Yeah, man, I had a couple, man. Like I said, walking in the building and seeing Bo Jackson, and I actually took a picture with Charles Barkley, and just seeing Bo Jackson walk past, Cam Newton walk past, it was just like, being a kid coming right out of high school and seeing greats, just walk past you in the building like it's normal, man. It was eye opening for me, man. And like I said, I love Auburn.
Talking about Charles Barkley. So I know your favorite sport is basketball outside of football.
Right.
Give me I coach an AAU team down here in South Georgia. Give me a scouting report on Brodarious Hamm's basketball game.
Whatever you need, I can do it all.
You a shooter? You a guard, or you a big man? Well, I can tell you're a big man probably, but
Nah, I can dribble, I can shoot, whatever, I can dunk, whatever you want.
you think you can still pass off for like 17? My kids are like 17. Shave up the beard. I need a big right now. I'm in need of a big. My tallest one's like 6'3", so.
Yeah, I can cut this off, man. It would be good to go.
Who's your favorite NBA team? That was my last question. Because I gotta know that.
Team,
yeah.
My whole life has always been the Heat, but I've always been a LeBron fan.
Okay.
So wherever LeBron is, that's where I'm at.
All right, makes sense. All right. You got any more Auburn questions?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of Auburn questions actually. I guess the first one is, how'd you end up at Auburn? Like, who else was looking at you, and like for your decision to go there, what sort of drove that?
I mean, I pretty much had offers from all over. I took a visit to Auburn for a night game. I don't remember exactly who they were playing. I was just I've never been in an environment like that. And it's just, like I said, it's not a place on earth like Auburn, man, especially not at night with all the stuff they've done now. But when I was in high school and I attended the game, it just made me fall in love with the place. And I went home and I told my family, man, I said, I want to go to Auburn. Like, I really wanted to shut my recruiting down, but, my parents were like, just keep everything open just in case. And we did, but I kind of knew at heart that I was going to Auburn. So.
What game did you go there to visit? Who are they playing?
I don't know. I can't remember, honestly. I just know
the environment was what sold you.
Yeah, man, the environment, just the people, and like I said, I just love Auburn, man.
That's a lot coming from a Georgia kid.
Yeah,
that's a lot to go across state lines from Georgia to Athens, right down the street from you too. That's a lot.
Well, that other team in Alabama that Ruben's from, what was it like playing in the Iron Bowl, going up against the Tide?
Man, it was always, like I said, you knew it was going to be a hard-fought game. You had to come with it, man. Like, I mean, not saying you had to come with it. It didn't have to come with it every other night, but that night, man, it just means a lot to people in Auburn. Like, Auburn people truly love Auburn. Yeah, and just playing Alabama, man, it's just a different energy, man, that you got to have, man. Just like I said, you got to come with it.
How much is I think I know the answer. I can identify on a smaller level, but like the rivalry between Alabama and Auburn, and I'm sure there's some genuine rivalry between the players for bragging rights. But I mean, this sort of intense dislike, how would you say that applies to the players?
Well, when we step on
the spot, that might have been tough. But I mean, like when you guys are playing Alabama, do you really genuinely dislike those guys across the line from you?
Man, I hate Alabama, man. I hate Alabama every day.
That is probably the most honest answer I think we've ever had on Hammer Time. He came ready.
Bleed blue and orange, baby.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That was a great answer. I appreciate that because, like, my sense is from a couple of rivalry games, certainly not on the Alabama-Auburn level that I've been a part of, it was mostly the fans that would get after it. So I had the opportunity to coach in the largest and oldest D3 rivalry in the country. And you think D3, it can't be any, rivalry there. But I mean, our team hated their team and their team hated our team, or at least the fans did. But amongst the coaches and the players, it wasn't that level of dislike. You wanted to beat them for bragging purposes, but it wasn't like, we really couldn't stand those guys. But it's kind of funny playing, coaching Division III football and walking out on the field and people booing you and throwing stuff at you. And that was kind of cool. I was like, this must be what the big boys are like when they're playing in some of these rivalry games. It was neat.
That's
But
definitely.
I was just curious that was.
I didn't mean to cut you off. That's definitely how Alabama is, though. Coke bottles, popcorn, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. We played them last game of the year. I remember walking out on the field the first time I'd ever been in the game, and I was walking out with my guys, and we're headed out. And some of the names they were calling me, it was like kind of funny, but then at the same time, it was like, damn, this is kind of cool. There were people actually cussing me and really truly dislike me. This is fun, you know.
Yeah.
And then we ended up beating them over at their place the first year we played them, and I was just coaching the defensive backs. And they scored late in the game, had a 2-point conversion to tie, and missed it. And we're like 30 seconds to go. And I had this free safety who was crazy. So I was doing special teams, and I'm like, hands team, they're kicking onside, hands team. And I said, just get on the ball, get on the ball. And the free safety was running out on the field. He says, if I get it, I'm running with it. If I get it, I'm taking it to the house. And I was like, get down, get down, get down. So they kicked it right to him. And I was like, what's this crazy guy going to do? And he kicked it and it fell right on it. I said, that's my boy. So I was sweating. I thought I was going to get fired after that. I was like, you better get your, you know what, down. Anyway, sorry to go down that road. But yeah, I was going to ask you why you picked Auburn, what it was like playing the Iron Bowl. And then, what do you think of Hugh Freeze and where Auburn's going now? You think he's the right guy to get them in the right direction?
For sure, man. He like I said, they're learning, and right now, like I said, it's just a learning experience for Freeze right now. And like I said, I feel like they're gonna finish out strong, man. They had a couple bumps in the road, so far, but like I said, it's gonna pick up, man. I truly believe in Auburn. Like I said, I love Auburn, man. So I know they, in good hands with Coach Freeze. And like I said, they're good, man.
Last thing I'll ask you, and then Webb, I'll kick it back to you. But I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. Doing the homework for the show, you've had to overcome some, pretty serious stuff physically, and thank God, cancer free and all of that. What was that like? I mean, like to be high school, you get offered a scholarship, you're going to Auburn, you got everything right there in front of you, and then get hit with something like that. How do you overcome something like that?
Oh man, it just took a lot of praying, man. Like I said, I'm a real, I believe in my faith, and I just prayed to God, man. I had my family behind me, just every day, keeping me up. And like I said, being 18, being diagnosed with cancer, man, they're not words that you want to hear. Like I said, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And just going through that every day, like I said, my family being strong and seeing them be strong, I was like, why can't I be strong, for them too? So like I said, let's just take this head on and do what I have to do to get back the ball, man.
Mm-hmm. I was glad it worked out. I can't imagine going through something like that, because we talk about strength and talk about battle on football field and stuff like that, but that's real battle. So, God bless you, man. I'm glad it worked out, and I'm glad you're with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So we've reached the end zone. It's time for you to celebrate, promote, shout outs, anything you want. The floor is yours.
I just want to shout out to the Maulers, man. Thank you for signing me, man. And like I said, I'm ready to get to work, man. Let's go win this championship.
I like that, man. I like that. I'll agree with that. All day, man. This from my experience. So I've been covering them for about a year and a half, and I haven't had one bad experience with one player or one coach. A lot of them come on and just talked. I went up there in camp and during the championship game, and it just always been a positive, and it's family atmosphere. So welcome to the family, man. It's awesome.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that's episode 51. Trivia question down the road, Alex. Who's the first official free agent signing for Pittsburgh Maulers history?
Brodarious Hamm all day long.
Hamm.
Forever.
Forever. He's in the history books.
That's it.
It's been Hammer time. Thanks for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you.